Like we were talking before we took that short break, corruption in Nigeria is endemic, let me put it that way. And in ranking, we rank too high in the well, yes, in the list of most corrupt nations of the world, and that's not too good for a nation like Nigeria. We are a great nation, great people, if you ask me. But in all things, we keep our fingers crossed, hoping that things get better by the day. And this morning, we are here actually to talk about the misadventure of corruption in Nigeria. You will remember in the past a lot that has happened when it comes to corruption. Some people were brought before the Senate to answer some questions. At the end of the day, we don't hear anything again, and those people are taken to the highest seats in this nation. And that, you will agree that it helps other people or for them to do more and go untouched, scot-free. You know, nothing happens to most people. So this morning, we have two gentlemen in the studios of Good Morning Anambra show. Barrister Joseph Ayante. Barrister Joseph Ayante is here as a public affairs analyst. And of course, Onyeka Obieze. Welcome to the studio, gentlemen.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Onyeka, I think I will begin with you. If we a clearer picture of what misadventure of corruption truly means.
Corruption itself is perversion of justice. Once a system, something is not done the proper way, especially when it's not done because of some underground settlement, it becomes too bad. And again, when something of that such kind happens, it is of great advantage to the persons that is done to, and also to the nation at large. Because once one person's justice is perverted, so many people will think it's that person's concern, but it's the concern of everybody, because it will take a lead. If it happens to this man and all of us close eyes, believing that after all, it's him, tomorrow the same thing will happen, or even bigger thing will happen to another person. And by the time we start crying, hey, this party will not say no. It's good, because when it happened to me, all of you close their eyes. And it continues, because once it's happened to another person, the person will also want to be looking out to see that it happened to other people too. And once it continues, it becomes a system.
A cycle.
That is what we are suffering in Nigeria. Because when something starts happening, you know, so when it starts happening and nobody is talking about it, it will continue. Especially when the high class is suppressing the lower ones. And even the lower ones will join the high class to say, it doesn't matter. What does it mean? How is it like that? Is there a problem? Because the Oga has said it. I remember sometimes something happened somewhere, and the people working there was like, no, this will not happen. No, this will not happen. But when the Oga comes and said, cleared it, even those ones that were fighting against it joined the system, because the Oga has said. So those are the things. And when it continues, if I remember this, is it if Nanya, that girl that manipulated her results?
Okay. The girl from Ne, we made some.
And some people were saying, some people were saying, why should the girl do that? Some people were saying, if some people in the government has a forged result, who will not prosecute her? And at the end of the day, what happened to her? Nothing. Because even those that are supposed to suppress her were involved in the same system. Some did it, nobody knew. Some did it knowing. So the person that went through the same system to get what he has, what moral or justification has it to go and prosecute her? So they will just play some media politics. Some people will, after talking in the media, the whole thing is gone. Nobody has taken action. So the disadvantage we have over these things is It's what makes our nation not move forward.
Okay, we'll still get to that, but I want to get a clearer picture of what misadventure of corruption actually is, which you have highlighted here. Okay, I don't know, how would you describe the state of corruption in our nation, Ayant?
That's a very serious question. Thank you. You see, I don't actually see corruption in one perspective, that is government alone. Corruption in Nigeria has actually escalated, and it has come to even families and religious organizations, churches. So I think if we are actually to discuss corruption, we also need to touch all these places. Because if the church, for instance, will get it right, then I think the government will get it right. But in a nation where a reverend father will even go to jail at the end of serving as a governor of a state, as we speak now, Nyame is serving in the prison. That will tell you the decay as far as this country is concerned, the corruption we have in this country. So when you talk of rating Nigeria as far as corruption is concerned, we have a serious problem. Very serious one. Because it's like everybody is involved. Everybody. If you go to church, even to elect bishops, corruption will come in. Even to have pastors, resident ukochukus, there's corruption in their posting. For someone to be posted from Oka here to Ebenebe, for instance, or both family, for instance, there will be lobby. So there is corruption in every aspect of our dealings as far as this country is concerned. And that is why most of the times when you want to discuss issues like this, somebody will get tired because you may not even know where to start. Yeah, and where to end. If the leaders in the church will also be involved in this, the politicians will always have their way. Then you talk of the institution. How strong is our institution? EFCC is moving around, chasing people around, leaving the work they're asked to do. Then you look at the judiciary, where I belong to. What is happening there? Somebody will be taken to court today. He will take his plea. That's arraignment. At the end of arraignment, what happened? You will not hear about that case again. Sometime last year, the Accountant General of the Federation was involved in criminal acts. He was taken to the court. Up to today, what happened? We don't hear anything about it. Where is Dasuki? Where is Dasuki? MFLA has gone. If you think anything can come out of that matter again, nothing. That is the rate at which this country is involved in corruption. Look at the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, dancing everywhere.
The trending one.
The trending one, dancing everywhere. She has been suspended. That is the only thing you can hear about. Prosecution will not be there.
Okay, sir. So this kind of situation really breaks my heart because it says there is a saying that goes that a proof of a good father is that you leave a goodly heritage for your children. Now, with the rates of corruption in Nigeria, what is the hope for the younger generation? People that are coming, they say youth are the leaders of tomorrow. What is the hope? What's now our hope if this is how, let me say, our heroes live their life? If this is the legacy that left for us, what is the hope for us now?
I don't think the issue of hope is a difficult thing. The point is that the younger ones already involved in the system, what are they doing to improve? The question you just asked now, Edu is 30 something years. And it's involved. The Minister for Interior is a youth. If Governor Soludo, for instance, will appoint you to coordinate even an ordinary program for youth, people will see the other side of you. That is the problem. So if we blame the older ones, the younger ones we have in the system, what are they doing? Because it has actually eaten deep into the fabrics of our system. So the older ones are actually training the younger ones. And that is the problem. And the government has no political will to deal with it. And until that political will comes in, whoever that is involved should go in for it.
All right, I think let Sonyeka come in. I think you're...
The thing is that what corruption has brought to our system is we honor money, respect money, worship money. So anything, what's corruption? Corruption is not anything outside money. You do something for me, I pay you something, even when I'm supposed to get it free, as our right. But the system is like that. Like you mentioned about the church. The church today is a business venture. It's no more a moral system. If church has been doing, you were talking about if government, no. It should start from the church. Start from the mosques. Start from the traditional institutions.
And even families.
And the families. Now, for the family, I don't think it has decayed that much. Though, some people will come back with money. Their parents will not ask, how did you get this money? The money becomes too sudden. You are supposed to go through a system. Yes, money is good. But it should be from a system. You can't just wake up in the morning and have money. Where is the money coming from? But once you come back home with money, everybody is happy with you. Everybody has favored you. You have become the champion of the family. Nobody asks where you get the money from. That is where the thing starts. Then you come to the community. You have become a Obuefi, all those things.
You take titles.
Yeah, because you come back with money. Then you go to the church and give testimonies. Probably give pastor some money, and you have become a true brother. This brother love God. He's a giver.
And take front seat.
And God love a cheerful giver. And where is the source of this money you are giving? The church will not ask you. I went to a church one time, and the pastor said that the 419ers, the cocaine dealers, their money is hot.
Is what?
It's hot. That they have to bring money to the church, so that the church will cool it for them, so that you know. And me, I told the pastor it's a lie.
There's AC in the church.
And before I know anything, I became an enemy inside.
Oh.
Every Sunday, every church, the man will preach about me. He will not call my name, but he will be saying that we have an enemy inside, you have this. And my friend will say, oh boy, and I was ready for him. If he had called my name, I would stand up and tell him, you're a liar, you're a thief. And we were going like that. We were moving this way at that time. I didn't mind. And everyone in the church knew I was the one that he was talking to. I didn't mind. All I was saying is that any day you call my name while preaching, I will get up while you are preaching and challenge you very strongly. Because then what happened later, one day he needed me, he called me in the morning and asked me about something. After that, and I said, Pastor, this one in a bully me all the time. It doesn't make sense. You cannot ask these people to bring their money into the system, into the church to be blessed, so that it will not be hard for them. What time will you not tell them to stop that thing they are doing? That is not good. But at the end of the day, it went the way it went. The truth about the whole matter is this. There is no way, if the church itself cannot start from the beginning. I know when we were small, we go through catechism. They taught us how to live good so that you go to heaven. They taught us how to live, if you live bad, you go to hell. And as children, we were afraid of certain things. If you lie at home, because of your heart will be pricking you, You now go back to your mother and say, I'm sorry, I was the one that did this. Today is normal. A child will dive you and play with you and come back and laugh with the brothers. You know, that starts from that way. Then you come to our governance, where you cannot come to even ministry is supposed to be a servicing organization, not money-making system. It's the agencies that make money. But in the ministry now, the money racketing in the ministry is more than the one in the agency. So at what time then do you think we can get it right?
All right, when we talk about the issue of our nation, I know it's all passion to see whether the nation will get better by the day. Now, instead of getting better, we keep hearing, okay, new cases keeps emerging, just like the one of Beta Edu, the Minister for Humanitarian Affairs. Now, I don't know. This issue, just like we have pointed out, that there are some that have come up before us and went the way they went. And that one begins to ask whether it boils down to the Igbo adage that says, "Arolo momo chie ozo, arolo momo chie boichi." Now, I don't know. This issue of Better Educate or whatever, stories are still, facts are still coming up. You know, a lot of stories are still coming up. A lot of her pictures are online, trending here and there. And just like he said that she is a youth.
But the truth is,
she's not up to 40. Now, what do we call that situation? Do you think justice will be done because of so many people involved in the issue? Or do you think it's going to go the way others have gone?
what justice are you expecting from her? The person that is threatening that she will leak, she will break the can of war. So she doesn't have remorse. She has her confidence. Why she's telling you that nothing. And she's saying that if they touch her, she will say a lot of things. So who is going to touch her? Except they will kill her. She said, if you touch me, I will say a lot of things. So she has something that is making her believe that she has not even done anything wrong. The past humanitarian minister did her own accounting, no stewardship. Her own, she's gone like that. And what is humanitarian? You are supposed to take care of those people that are living under very serious poverty and in serious cases. So this is the money that is given to them for you to take care of them. And you have cornered the money and put it in your pocket. And tomorrow, if you fall into the same system, you say nobody is caring for you. You have opened that for you. Because people didn't know that.
If they think towards that direction.
They don't, because at the system that we are in, they thought money can solve every problem for them. The truth about the whole thing is, whatever you sow, you definitely reap, either in your present or behind you. That is following your children. We have two kings in the Bible. One, they was told that when he dies, that his children will suffer. He said, I think they will wait when he dies. The other one, they say, he knelt down and started crying. God, if there is any time there will be peace in Israel, let it be when my son Solomon will be there. So it depends on the people's conditions of their mind, the way they condition their mind. This woman is busy telling you that if you touch me, I will say something. She knew a lot of things. And she knew that those people that will touch her has involved in so many of these things. They are talking about her own now. How many months have they stayed? And she has stolen this much. Now, she knew that other people are stealing more than her. Because there are people that are in a bigger ministry that has too much money. And they have taken more. So for her now, she will say, what are we doing? We are not making any money. We are just disbursing. And this is the one I have, and you are talking. What about those people in the ministry that are making money? And you are not talking to them. You are telling me that is what it is. So if the system is like that, that everybody, once you are given an assignment to do, you have been settled. Your family has been settled. Your friend has been settled. The job you came to do is nothing to, it doesn't matter anything. So how then do you think tomorrow things will be okay? And when somebody, if the president wants to buy a yacht of 5 billion in a system where people are crying and begging for food, you are buying yacht, you are not Navy, you are not a Navy chief. What are you doing in the water? And the wife has to buy a car of how many billion? Just car. Is it that they don't have car before? Or is it that, what kind of car do you want to buy that will amount to that? And you tell somebody that is in a ministry that stole 438 billion, and you want the person to listen to you? It doesn't make sense. The system has to start from the family system, the church, the religious system, the government system. Even in the school, to get admission, you pay money. Even when you have seen that your result is okay, that you are supposed to be given admission. You came to the school, you want to study, and somebody is busy telling you, they are not interested in the textbook you buy. They're interested in buying the handout. Those things are the same thing. Everybody is just looking for a way to make money. And because of that, no more moral system. So corruption, if you are talking about corruption now and saying, maybe it will get better tomorrow, it will not get better. We have to once again, check our constitution. How does it concern our people? You say, constitution is supposed to be, we said, our people says. This one was given to us, and because it was given to us by the military, whatever, military dictate everything. They don't care. They don't dialogue with you. So it's what they feel they write down. And instead of the system to come and say, we have to change this thing to accommodate all of us, because it favors the heads, they don't want to change anything. And you are thinking of corruption. How would this work?
Okay, sir, earlier, one of the things you talked about was political will. One of the ways that we can solve corruption problem in Nigeria is if we are politically wielded. I want to ask you, how can that be implemented? We agree that corruption has come to stay, but then I believe that there is a way out. And like they say, where there is a will, there is a way. So how can we use, this political will to actually solve the problem?
I think before that comes up, we're going to look at the effects before that, but that will be after we've gone for a short break. At this point, to go for a short break. The program returns shortly, where we are looking at the misadventure of corruption in Nigeria. Remember, it's audience participatory. We expect your calls or your, comments on our Facebook page. Please go there and drop your comments right now. We'll read it on air when we come back.
Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TV is now also on satellite. You can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install our TV decoder brand and tune to channel 315, or install any free-to-air satellite decoder and search for ABS TV.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803 388 8526 or 0806 883 9902. ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
All right, you're welcome back to the live studios of the Good Morning Anambra show, where we are talking the misadventure of corruption in Nigeria. Geraldine, you have a question to ask?
So, let's first of all look at the effects of corruption in the family, in the institution, in the political sector. How bad has corruption really destroyed us in this country?
Yeah, that's so bad. I've said it, even in the family. You know, my colleague was talking about financial corruption. But I look beyond financial corruption. Corruption has to do with diversion of the way things ought to be, whether finance or whatever. In the family, if your first son supposed to get something, and you're not giving it to him, simply because maybe you love your second son more than the first son, that is corruption.
The son Jacob.
That is it. So I look beyond all this money, corruption. The corruption of the mind is more dangerous. And that is what Nigeria is suffering. Tribalism is encoded in it. Nepotism, favoritism. This person is not from, even recruiting people there, maybe by Anambra state government, then somebody who is in charge of that ministry will now begin to look for people from his or her side. Somebody will say, I want to teach. You go home now and bring somebody who is not even interested in teaching. You bring such individual in, then what is that person going to teach in the school? Misfit.
Disaster.
So, in the family, a lot of things, some of this corruption starts from the family because there are things you do in the family. The children will continue to fight themselves even after you. When you die, they continue fighting themselves. There was a matter I handled. A family, the mother died, just to bury the woman. There were fights. Here, we have to go to court and get injunction just to make sure that we bury the woman. And as we move to bring the corpse of the woman, we have to invite both police and the local vigilantes because there was information that the corpse will be hijacked by one of the sons. A corpse just to bury someone, ask that person to go, to say bye-bye to a dead person. Most times you see where somebody will be buried and they will bring the person up again. Why are you doing that? Somebody have said bye-bye. That is the corruption in the family. Then if you go to church has actually disappointed so many persons. If you go to church now and even during Sunday school, if you try to argue, if you try to open the eyes of others, you become an enemy, like he rightly said. Most of the times, if I go to church, I will just keep quiet because the moment I carry microphone to just give something, people will begin to shout. Because there are a lot of things you need to bring up, which even the presiding officers will not like to go there. So that we continue to live in slavery. They don't want your eyes to open so that you don't argue. That's why recently you heard that a man can bring a man into the church and somebody will have the boldness to bless gay marriage. That's the extent we have gone. I was watching a picture yesterday where, I don't know if it's a Photoshop, a bishop was giving a dog Holy Communion. It's in my book here. That is the extent somebody will carry a dog and go to church. And that dog will receive Holy Communion and you will receive. So you see. So then if you go into government, government will control that. We don't have money. There's no money. The palliative that was given to each state, 5 billion. Where is it? Where's the palliative?
Didn't you get?
I didn't get anything. Where is the palliative? A liter of oil now is 680. Some are selling 670.
About 700, yes.
700. Where is functional refinery? Leaders are busy destroying local refineries we have at the Niger Delta area. You are destroying it. You have not been able to carry these refined products, go to the lab, find out how fine this can be. Because they're selling it and they're using it. Why destroying it? Can't you give these people license to start producing? Why are you suffering Nigerians? That is the corruption. So the recruiting, the way we recruit our leaders is the problem. How do they get into? Look at the 2023 election. The Electoral Act said there will be electronic transmission. Somebody was busy trying to see if you can transmit a result. And somebody was busy in Abuja collecting result manually. And we need somebody to come and start interpreting. It's not mandatory. When INEC chairman has said severally that we're going to transmit. Festus Okoye was on national television saying we're going to transmit. So that is the problem we have. Recruiting system. Most of the senators and House of Assembly and Reps members you have there, how did they get to that place? Did they actually win the election? The answer is no. Okay. They will just buy themselves the position, and that is why you cannot question them.
All right.
Because you didn't vote for them.
Now, Onyeka, it's been ascertained here how endemic corruption is in Nigeria. And one begins to ask this question. What happens if nothing is done about this in terms of checking it or trying to put a stop to it or trying to curb it to the barest minimum? What do you think will happen? Where do we see ourselves if nothing is done about it?
That's not many balo and easy. The whole million maybe. When the head is not correct, the body will not be correct. Now, those you are calling to come and enforce a moral system have moral problems. So how are you going to? You can't give what you don't have. The head system of our nation has problems. You go to the executive. Executive today is the kind of scandal following the president, and in all the audits he went through, none of them was denied by him. He has not come out one day to say, no, if so what you are telling is you are lying against me. He never said anything about that. At the end of the day, he became the head of state. So, what is he going to do?
Nothing.
He came to certification. All his certificates were questioned. His date of birth questioned. His place of birth questioned. His origins questioned. Where is he coming from? Nobody knew. And now somebody stole something from the office. You come and say they will kill him. Why would they kill him? Will he have the justification to say, prosecute him, jail him? Because we have the system, the way God created us is that you have your system in the spirit and soul in you who can question you and you cannot beat them. You doesn't see them. When you want to say, you have done this, and my mind is telling me, go and answer, you have done this. What have you done now before coming to this place? No matter how much you want to kill no matter how much you want to prove it, your heart will not justify you. And when your heart, the Bible said, guide your heart, because out of it comes out the issues of life. Yes. So if your heart is telling you, only now, how far can you go asking the questions? So this is the question. The thing is that our moral system is damaged because of gratification, because of money, because of favor. I remember when we were small, the corruption system then was Imam Madu. And it's I am. Even the person answer, even I am withdraw one way. But today, it's gonna man if I'm going to sit down, move on this way. That's Zukana, and we feel me, come again. On your house now. That's in Aptas. Because it's from the north. He's Yoruba man. Why are you saying that? If Igbo man do, instead of the Igbo people to come out and say, oh boy, if he made the joy is wrong. Correct it now. It's because he's an Igbo man now. What about the other tribe that did? Has anything done to them? So these are the problem. Even in the organization, even in your system here, I am not to talk about your internal affairs here. But I know that if you do something wrong now, somebody from your place will come and say, oh, what is the problem? You see, the only person that have done it. Why okay, kill him now. Let's see. So this is the system. Until we come, and the government is the only person that can do anything about it, that can enforce it. If they are, fine. The church system, I was telling somebody one day, when he was telling me that even pastor and his group, I say even Jesus and his group. He said, what did you say? I said, Judas is the only person from Jesus, is from Judah like Jesus. Other ones are from other tribes. He was the one that gave the treasury to keep, because the money will be for the Judas. Will be for the people in the Judah, because the guy is from Judah. So they have to give his brother to keep the money. In John chapter 12, Jesus was telling Judas, you're a thief. When he was rebuking the woman that used the oil, he said, instead of you to bring the oil, you will sell it and give the poor. Jesus said, oh, you're a thief. It's because you have the purse, so that you'll be stealing the way you were stealing before. It's not because you love the poor. It's there in the Bible now. Because Jesus has to work with everybody. He said he came to correct the system, to teach us a lot.
No, he has to correct him at that moment now.
That is why he said that.
Not allowing him to continue stealing.
That is why he called me a thief in the public. Calling him a thief in the public. Calling him a thief. If he had kept quiet, and because now his brother, it will be. But he called him and said, "You're a thief."
After saying you are a thief, what did he do? Did you remove him?
Do you want him to remove him?
Yes.
Who is he going to put?
That is the problem we have here today. You say somebody is corrupt.
That one is to teach us something.
So the religious organization is also involved.
That is why Pope Cardinal Renze cannot be a pope, because he's a black man.
And that is why an Igbo man cannot even be EFCC chairman.
So you see, the system is this. Let me tell you something. It's a human error that can be managed, because every human being on earth is corrupt to some certain levels.
Yeah.
But if your moral justification is okay, there are some things you will not do. If somebody has stolen money that even his great-great-great-grandchildren cannot finish, why other people have not seen even what to eat, and you are justified enough to keep the money? You are not even recycling the money in the system. Take this money, build factories, build companies, employ people to work for you, and they will be okay too, while you keep the money. But they will take it and put it abroad. They will take the money and bury it in the ground. Build a house, put money and put a condition. Now, are you telling me we are going to get anywhere? How? A child went to do something to buy medicine for the mother, because they don't have, and he cannot be looking at the mother die. He went to do something, collected some something. They killed him. Say he's a thief. One of my friends was telling me that one idiot went and stole bread, that they were beating him. I said, and you did what? He said, what can I do? I said, what did you do? He said, he's a thief. I said, somebody that stole bread is a thief. But somebody stole billions. You are giving him your finger up. I said, listen to me. You're a thief and you're a murderer. You're everything bad. He said, why are you insulting me? I said, why wouldn't I insult you? Somebody that have gone to steal bread, a man like you, who may be sitting at, you see the children crying, there's nothing to eat. He went and stole bread, and you were there looking at them beating him. Instead of you to buy more bread for him. He said, did I ask him to go and steal? I said, ask him. Somebody that stole bread is not supposed, bread is not, even food is not supposed to be eaten.
In the Bible, the disciples, they went
but
into a farm.
you see the system.
They went into a farm. No, they can glean. There is provision in the scripture, you know, where they said farmers will go and take their proceeds from the farm, and they will leave some for people that will come to glean. And so there's provision for them.
And again, that is not
glean.
even that. When a person comes and said, somebody was telling me, one pastor, he said they are going abroad to go and preach to white people. I said the white people have been preached before you. He said, why? I said, because they have put Bible in their constitution. He said, why am I saying that? They are backslided. I said, who backslided? To people that have Bible in their system, that is social security. You say you are preaching to them. The person that knows that every pregnant woman should be taken care of, and after delivery, the woman will be paid salary to take care of that child.
And maternity leave.
Then when the child is up to going to school, he went to school free. When it's time to get job, until he gets job, he'll be paying money. And they will give him, when you are 18, they give you 1 room to stay. And they will be paying you because you don't have a job.
Reduce crime.
And you are going to, what are you going to preach the person? And now we will collect money, offering, tithe, seed, even bongo and the caterpillar. After collecting all the money, you put it in your house for you and your children and your family. And you are preaching to somebody that believes that the money is for everybody. What are you going to tell the person?
Okay, we can go on and on.
There is this question that is in my heart.
Okay.
I've actually heard other people say it.
Okay.
Now, it is believed that if the military regime is brought back, the level of corruption in Nigeria will reduce.
The military is political now.
I disagree with you.
If you said that they have no money also, they have also
Because you're
no
actually
money.
referring back to, what happened,
The era.
last, yes.
The point, I think military was able to...
Sorry, sir. What happened in the past?
Okay, according to stories, I heard that when the military came, they were able to take over the constitution and they were able to regulate some laws. So this level of corruption, like for instance, you will not just show up and say 86 million was swallowed by the snake. You will actually have to give an account of it.
Okay.
That's
The military came and brought us to poverty and bigger poverty. Because we are talking about Idi and Buhari, who came and destroyed the whole systems. Even the private systems, they destroyed it. In your shop, they will come. They didn't care how you get your goods. They come and tell you must sell it this way. And they will bring your goods and sell it at auction. And then not put in the background.
Okay. The military of today and military of that time.
The military is political.
All right, let's, for want of time, I don't know, what's the way forward? What do you think could be done to...
It's you.
What?
It's me.
It's you. It's you.
What will
It's
I
you.
do?
It's me. Once we know we want a system to change, we must change ourselves. I don't need to change this man because I cannot change him. If I change myself and believe that these things, I cannot do them. I was telling somebody one day, I say, see, these things you are saying that this is, you see, in your family backgrounds, there are something your family members cannot do. Even at gunpoint, they will not agree to do it. Keep it up. Stop looking at this person because this person, you cannot change this person. Change yourself first. Work according to your family values. If you represent, if you're an ambassador of your family, you came out and say, somebody else will look at you and say, because your family background says you will not do this, you will not do it. The person will remember his own. But when you come, you cover some people and do something and do this and come out and those people you did it with, you go and dance with him. This place, you have a fire apple. But inside of you, you have a lot of bad things you are doing, which this person also cannot do. So there is no way somebody will come out and tell us that we can. The only people that can do this thing and get it correctly right is the government and the religion, religious leaders. If the government can come out and put strict laws, and this person that put the laws can keep the law, not where your own you become a Karigi.
Now,
you are above the law. If not in that system, if you can stand out truly and say it, this P2B factor, P2B is a human being, but to some reasonable extent, he has proven himself that he can do this. And he has come out with some modalities. If we follow it up, it can work.
All right, let Auntie come in a bit. Our time is fast.
I think what we need, we don't actually need to force people to change. Like he said, I want to differ from his own point of view. What we need is strong institution.
To be built by who?
If you have a strong institution.
Who will build the strong institutions?
No, listen, when you have strong institution in
It's somebody
America,
that will build it.
no, you don't need somebody to build it. When you say this is the law, if anybody goes against that, you deal with the person. It has nothing to do with individuals. Like the Trump is now facing charges of insurrection.
The law was put by somebody now.
No, that's what I'm saying. That
It
is
just happened.
that is the institution. If you have a strong institution like
We
you
have
have
institution.
EFCC,
Built by people,
We have
built by
institution
you
in
people.
know
Nigeria.
what?
Okay.
No, individuals can be stronger than individuals can be stronger than institutions, and becomes a problem. But when you have a very strong institution, no matter how strong you are as an individual, you will be subject to it.
Okay.
So look at the law. This is how we will elect the president of the country. Who are you to go contrary to that?
All right, you can go
This
on
is
and
how
on.
we can
Please.
elect governor of a state.
Okay.
You don't need to go contrary to that.
All right.
EFCC law says this. If you go contrary to it, the law will deal with you.
All right, you can go
matter
on
how
and
strong
on,
you
but sorry, our time is fast spent, and I think the next program is about to begin. I would like to appreciate you so much, Barrister Joseph Ayante and Onyeka Obieze. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being here this morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are blessed. Welcome.
Mike for my colleague.
Thank you so much for being a part of this show. Remember, change begins with you.
Yes, change begins with me. Let everybody put you do the ones you can actually, but the issue is that let's tell ourselves the truth. We are going to be destroyed if we don't destroy corruption. And that's it on Good Morning Anambra show for today. My name is Nonye Mwokoi. It's a goodbye from here.